Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A new program developed in Vermilion will be combining art with vaccine awareness.
The Vermilion Cultural Association and Creative Care LLC have come together and started the Barn Quilt Project, where they will help participants create a quilt-inspired art project while talking about their pandemic experiences. This program was made possible by a $75,000 grant from the CDC Foundation.
To receive federal funds and be able to administer a program at the state level is a really big deal for us. This is really putting us literally on the national stage, which is not something that we expected.
The group is one of 30 organizations in the country to receive the CDC grant and is the sole South Dakota grantee. Emily's Hope fights the stigma surrounding drug addiction and helps pay for treatment.
It's an organization started by our own Angela Kennecke, and a fundraiser this weekend featured speakers who highlight the charity's purpose.
Angela brought a mixture of individuals from all backgrounds, education, medical, addiction specialists, and together that group is working to create a K-12 curriculum with a lofty goal that at some point that curriculum will be embedded throughout the nation.
$50,000 was raised for treatment scholarships as well as the charity's Prevention Education Initiative. The community of Brandon continues to show its love and support for longtime Brandon Valley head football coach Chad Garrow. This weekend, the high school displayed a sign honoring the coach who died earlier this month after a battle with brain cancer.
Garrow was the winningest coach in Brandon Valley football history. He is survived by his wife and 3 children.
Turning to weather now with meteorologist Scott Munt. A warm start to the work week, Scott.
Oh, that it will be. We are looking at temperatures today, probably in the 40s, 50s, and a couple of us may actually hit the lower 60s this afternoon. Now, we are forecasting a high temperature of 53 in Sioux Falls. Increasing southerly winds will help, and those winds will come in around 10 to maybe 20 miles per hour. As you do take a look at our forecast for today, a high of 53, and that will be the 4th time this month that we hit the 50s in Sioux Falls. Now in Aberdeen, we'll have a high of 48 with a south wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Expect that high of 48 around 3 o'clock this afternoon. In central South Dakota, up here we'll have a high of 54. That will happen as skies do become partly cloudy, and western South Dakota. I think Rapid City will hit their high temperature early, 57. That may happen around 1 o'clock, and then the numbers will slowly start to fall as we'll start to see a strong northwest wind. And those strong northwest winds will eventually move into eastern and southeastern KELOLAND for this evening and tonight. And Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. The committee looking into the investigation of the fatal crash involving South Dakota's Attorney General is scheduled to meet again today.
Earlier this month, the House Select Committee on Investigation heard testimony from law enforcement who investigated the September 2020 crash that killed Joe Beaver. Jason Brownsburg pleaded no contest to 2 second-class misdemeanors. He never appeared in court on the charges.
The House committee is trying to decide whether to recommend the impeachment of the Attorney General. KELOLAND News will bring you the latest on today's meeting, both on air and online.
We have a road construction project to tell you about ahead of this morning's commute. Starting today, the outside westbound lane of East 26th Street will be closed just west of Veterans Parkway. Crews
will be working in the area and should be done by the end of the day. Drivers are asked to use caution in the area and urged to find a different route.
Today is your last day to participate in the Downtown Sioux Falls Burger Battle. All month long, 27 restaurants have been showing off their creativity with all kinds of unique burgers.
You can vote on each burger by downloading the DTSF Digital Passport. A restaurant will be crowned champion in early February.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today. Well, looking at these temperatures, cold to start in the northeast, but we're all going to warm up. It's just some are going to warm faster than others. And winter, Valentine, Yankton, probably a shot at that 60-degree weather. You can see these hourly numbers. Entertain that thought. I think Sioux Falls today, 50 to 53, somewhere in that range, looks pretty good. So get some fresh air. Take it in and then get ready to go for the next surge of cold. Now that's going to start even this afternoon in West River. We're going to start to cool off in Rapid City late in the afternoon. Northwest winds will crank up easily 20 to 40. We do have some high wind warnings in effect for north central KELOLAND tonight and that wind obviously is going to feel colder and colder as time goes on into tomorrow. You can see that blanket of wind. Notice Sioux Falls, too, gets quite gusty by daybreak tomorrow morning. So we're going to anticipate 20-degree weather, mid-20s probably at daybreak, and then at best we'll hold steady for a little while and then probably start to fall during the afternoon. And then everybody's pretty cold on Wednesday morning. Sioux Falls could even drop below 0 again. So don't forget about that. We got some cold air yet this week. 60 today, winter, 57 Chamberlain. That's a warm day for late January. Also, don't forget about a red flag warning in effect for those communities west and southwest of Sioux Falls, Parkston, Yankton, high fire danger. 15, a pair of those for Wednesday, Thursday, Sioux Falls. That's chilly, but yeah, the lack of snow is probably helping us a little bit. And then we're rebounding back in the 40s this weekend. Stay tuned. We may end up raising a couple of those numbers. I wouldn't be too shocked at that. Aberdeen, it gets cold on Wednesday, but then we're back up into the 40s as well. So that's a big factor. The lack of snow, and with these systems as they come and go, they just haven't really deposited a whole lot of snow lately. Now, there could be a little snow midweek here for Rapid City. That's not showing up in our Pier forecast, but highs rebounding to near 50 by the weekend. And then we'll assume a little snow in the Black Hills. If you're in Custer and the Central Hills, could be an inch or two at least. We'll keep watching that on Wednesday. Otherwise, we're back to warm weather by the weekend. Check out the latest coverage with our Storm Center update right now at KELOLAND.com. And have a great Monday.